So Pemberley Day, how exciting is that? To be honest, I don't really feel like Pemberley Day is quite as big a deal as Darcy Day, but I mean, still exciting. I'm guessing that we probably are gonna find out what's going on with Lydia sometime this week too, so like, I'm very excited about that. So Nella was talking about New Year's resolutions, and I think that's kind of an interesting topic and certainly an appropriate one for this time of year. I sort of have mixed feelings about New Year's resolutions. I feel like they're kind of a good idea, but they don't always get implemented very well. Like, I think people a lot of the time make New Year's resolutions because they feel like they're supposed to, and they often make the resolutions that they feel they're supposed to, like they'll make a resolution to go to the gym 4 times a week or whatever because they feel like they should, rather than because they're actually interested in doing that. So then of course they don't end up actually doing it. I think there are a lot of badly chosen resolutions. I find for me the idea of New Year's resolutions tends to be a little bit counterproductive because I get sort of bogged down in this idea that I have to do things a certain way by a certain date. You know, I have to make a list and it has to be ready by January 1st. I'm not good at things like that because I get really bogged down in how I'm supposed to do things rather than what will actually work for me. So it's best if I make a real effort to do things in a way that works for me from the beginning. So I didn't really make any New Year's resolutions, but I try to make resolutions kind of as it occurs to me that I need to. I do have a day zero list still. I started it last year around New Year's because that's when I came across the site. I don't think anybody else who, you know, made a day zero list with me, I don't think any of the rest of you guys are still doing them, but I still have mine. I add stuff to it as it occurs to me. I only have like 30 something things on it, but I've crossed off some of them. I would like to add more things, but I don't want to just add things for the sake of adding them. So I work on it as stuff occurs to me. I am trying to do a better job about doing things like Nella and I have recently been talking about the free rice site. By the way, we have a free rice group that Nella set up for us last year that we all kind of forgot about. If you want to be part of it, you need to get in touch with Nella because it's an invite-only group. But you know, I feel like I've got all this momentum going from Project for Awesome still, and so I'm trying to be better about doing things like click to donate sites that I've often tried to be very conscientious of before, but I tend to not do a very good job of it. So I'm trying to do it more methodically, I guess. So I don't know if that really answers your question, Nella. I feel like New Year's resolutions are a good idea in theory and sometimes in practice, but it kind of depends on the person. I think it's always good to try and be the best person you can be, but for some people New Year's resolutions really work, and I think for other people a different approach works better. So I think you have to kind of figure out what works for you and do that, you know? Also, I really enjoyed that in my last video, other than Nella's message for Chaucer, the entire comment section was basically just Canadians going, "Oh my god, green grass! Oh my god, oh my god!" Which, you know, fair enough. It doesn't really snow here very much. Like, it snows in Oregon, you know, other places, but it doesn't snow here that much because I live in a valley, and so the snow tends to either get dropped like in the hills around me or on the other side of the ridge. So not a lot of snow here. Plus it rains so much that the snow doesn't really stick. So I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're having a happy New Year so far, and I hope your snow melts soon.